the aircraft traffic safe down there. Mike at the controls this morning at the tiller, moving us around the best we can. So now we're starting to see a little bit more of that roadway. We're going to see if we can find where that group was. Right there you can see some of that LAPD. We did hear that they are on tactical alert, as Gigi mentioned. They have a lot of officers making their way over here, and they're all going to be ground-based, meaning they're all going to be on foot making their way down there. They're trying to take that last group into custody. LAPD, you can see them on the move, and they have their doors open, keeping an eye on where they might be. The last location I heard was possibly that car park that we see right there. So we're going to keep an eye out, see what we can do. But as far as traffic for LAX this morning, it's going to be very difficult. The main entrance off of Century still closed. LAX PD suggesting you take anything but, meaning Sepulveda Boulevard is probably going to be your best bet. You can make your way over to Sepulveda, Arvida, and then Airport Way. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, Stu, thank you. Let's get over to Gigi now. She's on the ground to talk to us more about what's going on. Gigi.
Well, definitely the entrance to LAX and the exit. Take a look at the traffic has been blocked. We've been speaking to some frustrated shuttle drivers who are trying to get folks to their flight. They're also trying to pick up people, both from the shuttle companies, the different parking lots, and the hotels. And they tell us that they just couldn't get into the airport because of this Free Palestine protest this morning. Now, as Stu mentioned, the LAPD has declared a tactical alert, which allows them to bring in additional units, and also no one goes home until the situation is resolved. The protesters were last running towards 98th. They were also running through parking lots, and they are subject to arrest now at this point because it's gone on so long. They're subjected to arrest on riot charges, and also apparently there was a scuffle between protesters and LAPD or airport police officers, because they're also down there on the scene, and now they're going to be charged with attack on a peace officer. So the situation getting very violent. At one point, we're told that protesters were collecting palm fronds and appeared to want to light them on fire to cause a sort of a bonfire at the entrance of LAX. Sepulveda is also a parking lot right now. Century, they were on the westbound side, but the eastbound side is just as slow, folks. You can see they're heading towards the Sepulveda exit right there on the right. The other ones are trying to get to Century. It is a mess. So that's why we always say allow yourself plenty of time, so when you come upon a delay like this, you'll still be able to make your flight or pick up the person you're here to get from the airport. But again, a Free Palestine protest blocking traffic into LAX on one of the busiest travel days. I'm Gigi Graciette, live at the airport. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Gigi, thank you. As we go back up to Stu up in Skyfox. Stu, I don't know if you heard us earlier. We were talking about how also at JFK, travelers actually had to abandon their cars on the highway there after a pro-Palestinian protesters there blocked entrance to the airport. So it appears this is not only a problem or a situation near LAX, but also in New York at JFK Airport, they're dealing with a similar situation.
Well, I can't speak on anything that except for the stuff we've been watching out here. We understand that they are taking some of these protesters into custody. I'm eagerly trying to find this exact location. If we have a cross street, that would be the best, but apparently it is somewhere here in one of these parking lots. I do see a number of LAPD officers right here on 98th near Vicksburg Street. You can see a number of them there, and some of those cars coming from many other divisions, and that's what Gigi was talking about right there. The officers in their riot gear, and then apparently we had seen them making their way up and down this street. More officers right there, but as far as the group itself, I can't put eyes on exactly where they might be at this moment, but we do understand that they are taking some more of those protesters into custody as we speak. A number of them were taken into custody earlier on when we first arrived here on scene. That was going to be right here at this location. You can see some officers still there with some of those suspects, probably processing them and going to be taking them into custody. You can see them cuffed and standing there along that roadside. But as far as the main group, after that first scuffle with officers, they all made their way. They were on these streets right here, back by these parking lots. Right now, still trying to find out exactly where they are. But it does seem like LAPD came in very quickly and took control of the situation the best way they could, as fast as they could. But as far as the roadway itself, I'm not sure why they're not clearing out some of of that debris right there, it would be pretty simple, as I would venture to say, just kind of pick that up or move that out of the way, and then they could allow people to make their way back into the LAX airport through on Century Boulevard. But right now, Century Boulevard's still closed. LAX PD saying the best way to get in is going to be off of Sepulveda. Sepulveda Boulevard is definitely moving well in both directions.
So are they still blocking off, traffic on both sides of Century Boulevard, or is it just because of the debris? It's not necessarily has to do with the demonstrators anymore, right?
Nope. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Jen. The debris is the only thing that's left right there. It's going to be a pile of debris that's right there at the very entrance for LAX. I got to be very careful about pushing in too closely. There's a lot of graffiti down there and a lot of words that we can't put on television. So I'm trying to show you the debris without showing you that. That right there at Century and at Avion, they actually had debris there as well. But the people, just folks, got out and moved it all. You can see it kind of tossed off to the side of the road, both sides in that center divider. They did that themselves, and the roadway reopened. I'm going to take a look why Century Boulevard is still, okay, LAPD still have Century Boulevard shut down. We're going to see how far we can look through the fog there, but apparently LAPD shutting down